day zero is not the day you quit smoking or the day you throw your pack. It's the day that you decide there's no going back from the point that you are going to. And in this video, I want to make it clear to you. We'll be talking about day routine, evening routine, and what to do with the three most important relapse traps that most videos don't talk about. If you skip this, you might relapse and watch this video again and regret it. Before executing what's here in this video, I recommend that you watch the 1 honest hour first. The link is in the description. It shows you what's possible. Because quitting smoking doesn't start with throwing pack, it starts way earlier. Okay, let's get into it. I smoked for 12 years, over 30 cigarettes per day. I was a heavy smoker. And when I quit, I was smoking very heavily the day before. I didn't quit perfectly, I just did. And that's what people refer to as cold turkey. Cold turkey is just a method, and it's not guaranteed to work. And when you search about quitting smoking, all you see all the time is quitting cold turkey. And the fact is only 3 to 7% of people who try to quit cold turkey make it. Not all of them. And I myself know that for a fact. I tried it multiple times over the years and failed until last time. And in last time, I did the 1 honest hour. I didn't know how to do it properly back then. Why your execution pattern matters? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. If you are for me, for example, when I want to do my runs, I don't just set up timer or whatever. I just run until I'm tired, and then I see a line, I tell myself, after this walk, there is no going back. Now, it looks messy, but it gets result that I am looking forward to. That's my pattern of execution. That's how I do work. That's how I do relationships. That's how I do everything. And your mission here is to notice your own execution patterns. If you're a type of person who do things slowly, step by step, slowly but surely, then quitting gradually will work for you. But day zero is not the day you start taking less cigarettes. It's the day that you are cigarette free. So when you want to start gradually, you start way before that, not at day zero. Why we are doing all that? Because we want to have clarity. We want to have control over our lives. We don't want to be owned by a pack of cigarettes. And to get there, you need to build the first 72 hours like armor, because this period is the harshest. These 72 hours is kind of the way that you will wake up and sleep for the rest of your life. And that's why it's important. You need to wear it like armor, because what's coming is vicious, and I will be talking about in the next video. Now let's start with mornings. There is this thing around smoking in the morning with some music and coffee. What these people do and tell you is no smoking mornings are boring. This is a lie. There's no such thing called boring morning or fun morning. This is subjective. You have to make your mornings interesting in that case, because if your mornings are boring, then you need to fix your mornings, not your addiction. How do you find out what to do in the morning? Simple. When you do the 1 honest hour that I referred you to, you do something that connects you to the image of what you want to be, the next version of you. There, you will find your habits, your next moves, your next morning routines and evening routines. Okay? It starts there. And that's why I encourage you to do it, because if you don't know yourself, you won't be able to master yourself. What you want to be is an identity. Smoking is an identity as well. So you need to replace the identity, not replace the habit. Unlike the surface level knowledge quitting smoking videos, you're not replacing the habit. You are replacing an identity. Smoking is an identity. I will be talking about it in the future for more information, but what I'm saying is it's not about killing the craving. It's about building a new identity that makes the craving irrelevant. It doesn't matter if you crave or not. Your identity, what you want to be, is present in you. When that happens, cravings will be extremely irrelevant. For me personally, in my mind, I call him the king version of me. Evening routines, the same thing. We need to improve our evenings. But the thing about evenings is that they are more lonely, there is more silence, and thus they hit harder. Okay? So what you need here to do is some kind of ritual. This ritual, light reading, stretching, something small but grounding, meditation, journaling, something like that. But here is the most important part about evenings. Sleep is non-negotiable. You cannot pass good sleep, because the less you sleep, the dumber decisions you make. Because when you have less sleep, you have higher stress. When you have higher stress, you become more aggressive and you don't calculate your moves at all. So what happens is that your tiredness doesn't cause cravings. It destroys your defenses against them. You're not thinking rationally because quitting smoking is kind of rational thing you would do. So when you are sleep deprived, your will to quit gets cracked. So it's important to sleep well and sleep enough. And now you're ready. All you need now is to focus on your day zero. You don't look back, but you navigate carefully. Here are the three most important traps that get smokers to get back into smoking. First, it's the family and friends. First thing you need is space. Even if you love and adore the persons around you, good intentions can become more dangerous than malice. They could mean well. Who care might say, I see you struggling, one would not hurt, or you have been doing great so far, so give yourself a break. Like treating it like a reward. Mine was my ex-wife, telling me that, you are gaining weight and therefore it's better to to say smoker and maintain the weight. Because there is this myth that when you quit smoking, you gain weight, and so I believed her and they relapsed. So what you need to do is to declare boundaries and don't fall for this stuff. When someone asks you, give me I don't smoke. When someone handles you, I don't smoke. It's yes or no. It's black and white. I don't smoke. If the friends and family close, please don't smoke around me. I will be around, but far away from you. Whatever. Like there is a space. There is a boundary. The second thing you need to be careful of is loneliness and isolation. I know what I said about family and friends. You need space, but not solitary confinement. Isolation can trigger emotions you have been escaping or burying under smoke, and emptiness you are trying to escape. At least you have someone to reach out to, a non-smoker friend, and even like I said in the 1 hour video, a coworker you don't care about, just declare to them that I am quitting smoking or whatever, or just send a message about it. Now I quit alone. I isolated myself from my ex-wife. I isolated myself. I was married back then. I isolated myself from friends, from everyone. I'm just in my space, and I have connection when it's necessary. Quitting alone is honorable, but unnecessary. You don't have to be a hero for this one. The third most important relapse trap is avoiding hardship. Now, what you say and how you think enforces what happens later on, kind of like a manifestation kind of thing, okay? When you say to your friends, I'm quitting now, sorry for the temper, I might get really angry. What you are training yourself and them is, me as a calm smoker is better than an explosive non-smoker. Now, why people get tempered generally or feel unhinged? Because smoking used to mute everything, and no matter how things go, not only about aggressiveness, but also about staying in a you versus you situation with your feelings, being thinking too much about your job, you will be tempered to justify smoking again. And especially when talking about productivity, a lot of people say that I smoke to focus on work. There is no flow state with nicotine. It's only a tunnel vision chemical relief. There is no flow state when you smoke. Okay, that's illusion. You stop letting things slide. It cost me my marriage, by the way, and I'll be talking about that in another video. I have so much to talk about. It is a life-changing experience, truly. And this is the hardship that you'll be going through. The emptiness you're trying to avoid, the temper, the self-control. And so all of that is to detach the identity from you. And when it's attached, you don't need it to focus, to control your calm, to do anything good. And so through that conflict, you master real self-control. Hardship, you can think of it this way. Hardship is an exposure therapy for your old self. How does that sound? When you have that in mind, all you need is to carry these 72 hours to the next few weeks. In the next weeks, you will notice the pain you feel is purification. You're not trying to be a non-smoker. You're becoming someone who doesn't need to escape anymore. And that's why quitting smoking is one of the most enlightening experiences you can have. If you are spiritual somehow, if you are a truth seeker, quitting smoking will shine a light on what have you been looking for, and hopefully you find it just like I did. In the next video, we'll be talking about the next weeks after the 72 hours, because there where things get interesting. Stay tuned, and I'm proud of you. Don't forget to watch the first hour, because the whole battle is about preparation. Set up yourself for success, watch the 1 hour video, and then come back here to execute on day 0. And then through the next steps, the weeks from 1 to 4, I will give you my full experience and everything in detail. Stay tuned and take care.